Behind me is Ford's Evos concept car, and I'm lucky enough to be with Stefan Lamb, who is design director for the car. Can you tell me more about this incredible car and how it's come to the stage that we're at the moment?
Thanks first of all for the compliments. I really appreciate that. I mean, this is a real concept car. This is a real show car, and expressing the new form language for our global form language and for our four global design development, and that not only means for Europe but also for North America and Asia Pacific. This car represents also with this a couple of new design elements, like the new front end, which is quite distinctive, and also on the body side much more of a premium feel in terms of how we're going to use the surfacing and how we're going to use soft lines, convex, and how we're going to work with about the overall profile with the car and the proportions.
Was there an inspiration for the design? Did you base it on an existing Ford or a Ford in the past? Where did you take that from?
No, this is a one-off platform we created especially for this event and to introduce this new form language, a new platform which is a one-off, just a show car platform. It has nothing to do with any of our production cars, so it's a real concept.
So this is completely straight off the board, as it were?
Yes.
Can we take a look at the inside, because
yeah,
that looks equally stunning?
Yeah.
When you said this was a concept car, you weren't kidding me. This is extremely futuristic.
Yes.
It's almost like a spacecraft. Some of it reminds me of 1950s comic books, some of it reminds me of, well, it doesn't remind me, it's sort of 20 years ahead. Tell me about how you put this together.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. We are thinking really beyond what's happening right now in the car industry, especially in the interior design. We want to connect the driver much more with the car, not only through his driving position, so you can see there's a really driver-focused cockpit. That's why we also have the red seat, the red hot seat, similar
Yes.
color than the exterior color, quite complementary with the exterior, and also with those really sporty color features in the environment. But as you can see here, we have a kind of a touch screen, and this touch screen technology, our engineers are working on this to implement new technologies into the future, because gadgets, as you know right now, in all different kind of phones, there's quite of a technology there where there's a lot of interest in there. We need to find a way to improve that and also to include that into our future products. And sync is one of the parts for Ford, which is really important for us. HMI, we're going to look forward into this. We're going to move that forward. And we're talking about the cloud technology. So while you're at home, getting out of the home, you hear certain music at home. Maybe at the kitchen when you have your breakfast, you
Yes.
go into the car, hey, and suddenly the music appears again in the car. So this is the technology what is all behind that, about this. So we're looking forward really on how the future going to be in that.
So you're moving to the stage where the car's almost going to be smarter than the driver.
Still, I think the driver should be smart enough to drive it, but I think safety is a major thing. But we should help the driver to support him and to really have a better and more concentration also to what he's doing and while he's driving.
Moving on from the sort of concept design, what's the sort of general idea? If something like this ever came to production, what sort of power plant might it be using?
I mean, this is a hybrid, and as a concept, and this is something why we also deliver with the C-Max.
Yes.
We have electrification, we're showing with the Focus. A part of the form language, this is something where we're going to apply into our future, especially the front end. You will see pretty soon in one of the future products. So, and also some other elements you will see later on.
Looking inside the car, there is a real sense of space, and all the curves sort of seem to flow together. Is there much in terms of boot space at all, if you want to take luggage to the airport?
I mean, this is definitely also something what we need to keep in mind, but I think here we use the 4-seater configuration, and we also we capture a lot of space also with the rear for the rear people.
Yes.
The rear component, and we also included those wing doors, which gives you better access also to the rear seat.
Now, in terms of wing doors, thinking about, let's say this, fast forward 5 years, if it came to production as a production car, how much of a challenge is it to get a gull wing door to become mass produced and shut so that you don't get wind noise around the B post and so on?
Yeah, it's a very good question. I mean, the wing doors, I think, is the best way of expressing emotion. And that's what we're trying to do with the car. This car is about pure emotion, how we could think about. And the doors will not be going to production. We do that because to have a better access to the interior, to show the public and to the media what we want to do in the future, as I said, about the connected driving elements and all the details. I think this is a basic configuration. And the clue is, I mean, it's quite clean, and you have the open doors, and you see that it has it's lined up with the rear fender.
Yes.
And that's quite cleverly done.
It also, although it's very, very open, it does seem to imply there's a lot of structural solidity there. It does look a fairly strong car.
Yeah, it does. That's we use the surfacing here as a kind of an A surface, because usually the surface, what's behind the door, is treated not as an import treatment, and so we didn't. But in this case, we spend a lot of time also in terms of the surfacing. So while the doors are open, it looks attractive and looks premium, and gives quite often an expensive look.
And what sort of balance of materials might you use on the overall construction?
This is a concept car, and it's fiberglass. You use fiberglass, and because it's the best way of executing a car like that.